This is First and 10 on Color 10 Sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 3 of the high school football season and First and 10. There are a number of teams that have had outstanding starts to this high school football season. One of those is Nixa. Color 10's Matt Vereen was with the Eagles in Willard for our game of the week.
New Nixa head football coach John Perry is having his Eagles looking like one of the best teams in the area, especially after last week's 1-point win over Joplin. Tonight, he looked to take his team to 3-0 in a visit here to Willard. The hosting Tigers still searching for their first win. Visiting Nixa, meanwhile, hunting for its first 3-0 start since 2017. And things went the Eagles' way in a hurry. Opening drive for Willard, quarterback Tyler James in trouble, tries to find a receiver, but instead finds Nixa's Landon Carson. The interception sets the Eagles up deep in Willard territory, and Ramon Green makes them pay for the mistake. A 1-yard punch-in opens the scoring at 7-0 Nixa. Next Willard possession, yet another turnover. This time a bad exchange in the backfield ends up in the hands of John Golson. He and the Eagles dunking on the Tigers early. This time touchdown honors go to Jackson Bray. Austin McCracken finds him on the quick slant. Bray does the rest. 38 yards to the house for a 14-0 lead less than 4 minutes into the game. And they kept on coming. Still first quarter, again McCracken goes to the air. This time on fourth down, the sophomore QB goes to Sam Wheeler, who comes down with it for an 18-yard score and a 21-0 advantage. Willard finally puts something together late in the second. A 16-play drive ends with Evan Hancock punching it in from 1 out to get on the board with just 30 seconds to halftime. But Nixa manages to use that time left to its advantage. Ensuing kickoff, Nate Nixon goes all the way to the Willard 27, and the offense handles the rest. McCracken on the run still manages to pick out Green for his third touchdown of the half for a 35-6 lead at the break as the Eagles go on to improve to 3-0 on the year.
We're just a bunch of hard workers, you know. We come out every week just so determined for Fridays and so determined at practice, and we give it all we got each week. It takes a whole team. It takes the coaching staff, all the players, you know. We all got to believe. We all got to work.
Anything can happen, you know, if you believe, you know, like I believe that we can win a state championship. And if I believe that enough and I work hard enough and these kids jump on the train, like who's to say we can't, you know, and these kids believe right now. And that's all you can, you know, that's a fun thing to watch.
Nixa now 3 weeks in, continuing to look like one of the best teams in the area. They will look to keep that undefeated season going next week when they take on Republic. For now, reporting from Willard, Matt Vereen, Ozarks First.
Thanks, Matt. Another team off to a hot start is Republic. The Tigers are 2-0 for the first time in 6 years, but Retmo facing a major challenge and perennial state power Webb City tonight. The Cardinals 1-1. They're only lost by 1 point at Joplin. Webb City owned a 7-0 lead when Republic would tie it up. Second and goal from the 1. The Tigers' Avery Moody keeps it, plows it in for a touchdown, and it's a 7-7 game. But the Cardinals retake the lead on the ensuing kickoff. Shane Knoll gets the ball, takes it up the middle of the field, then picks his way to the near sideline and then takes it to the house. This is an 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That made it 14-7 Webb City, but the Tigers answer. Moody scrambles to his left and then pulls up and hits Landon Porter in stride. And Porter beats that tackle there and then takes it 85 yards back the other way for a touchdown. 14-14 wild game, but Webb City would own the game from there, winning 49-28. 1-1 Rogersville welcoming the unbeaten 2-0 Aurora Hound Dogs to town. Wildcats looking for their second straight win. Aurora on the move. First quarter, the handoff to Cole Rollman. Takes it up the middle for 6 yards in a 1st and 10. And then that would set up this quarterback keeper by Aaron Fisher. Scores from 6 yards out. 6-0 Hound Dogs. The ref said the ball crossed the plane. But Rogersville would run the ensuing kickoff back for a touchdown. 7-6 Log Rock. Aurora 4th and 3 in Wildcat territory. J.J. O'Neill flies in and trips up Rollman. Zach Bergman makes the stop. Rogersville ball, and the Wildcats cap it off with a long drive. J.J. O'Neill around the far corner and in from 4 yards out. 14-6 Rogersville, and the Wildcats score 28 unanswered points, and they go on to move to 2-1, beating Aurora 28-6. Fairgrove Eagles welcomed rival SKYLINE to Eagle Stadium tonight. A battle between two 1-1 teams. SKYLINE would attack through the air. 4th and 7 in Fairgrove territory. Andrew Fabian rolls right, then throws back the other way to Eli Myers. A 35-yard touchdown connection, 8-0 with the 2-point conversion. Tigers strike again, 3rd and 5. This time the handoff to Myers around the far corner and breaks it down the sideline. 40 yards for another touchdown, 15-0. And then in the second quarter, it's Eli Myers again for Skyline, this time following his blockers up the middle of the field, then to the near sideline, 23 yards for a touchdown, 21-0 Skyline, and Skyline goes to 2-1 with a 47-12 victory over Fairgrove. That's going to bring us up to our timeout here on 1st and 10. On the other side of the break, we'll have highlights from Hillcrest and Joplin, but first, here's a look at your local college football kickoffs. They're coming closer. 1st and 10 will be right back.